That'll probably be from Manny's latest round of community service. Anything outside of the trailer like this is in plain sight. We don't need a warrant for it. Okay, Manny's got a picture on his phone of Will and Veronica together, apparently rekindling the old flame. Phone looks pretty clean otherwise. Hang on, there's a message in the sent box from Manny to Jesse. I'll download it into your case file. It says, "She's dangerous, don't risk it." I'm gonna guess she is Veronica.
Come in, officers. Mikasa is... never mind. Tsukasa probably ain't a dump like this, huh? What you need, officers? You didn't come out here 'cause I'm popular.
Well, not only did you fail to mention that, you also made it sound like you barely knew Jessica.
Yeah, well, she blew by. You know, real quick like. Just wanted to ask me something about Will. Get a guy's perspective on the situation. That sort of thing. I was surprised to see her, tell you the truth. If you can smoke it, or snort it, or stick it, I've sold it. But that's like past, you know, tense. I'm on parole, but you guys already know that. So, if you're really asking me if I sold to Jesse and or Will, my answer's no. I ain't the only dealer in town, right? But you guys already know that, too. Like I said, only way the guy's gonna fix it is with a gun to the head. And I'm already on probation as it is.
Seems like Will and Veronica have been rekindling their old spark.
Damn, I was wondering where I left that thing. Look, I snapped that photo, but I shouldn't have, 'cause it ain't my business. Will's gonna do what he's gonna do, right? And that's that. So I was just gonna leave it at that, know what I'm saying? I was gonna delete it as soon as I could remember where the hell I left that damn phone.
And what about the sent text message we found that said, "She's dangerous, don't risk it"?
Okay, it's like this. Jessie wants to go all Oprah and talk to this puta about her possessive nature. And I think about it, and I text back, no, I don't think so. You know, she's kinda dangerous and all that.
Exactly how dangerous is she, Manny?
Alright, she ain't like dangerous, right? She's just straight out loco, that's all.
We're gonna need to take your phone.
No problem. Take what you need. Take it all, man. Now, I mean seriously, if Veronica has anything to do with what happened to Jessie, then I want to help you guys do whatever you need to do to nail her. It is what it is, you know?
Does this mean anything to you?
Oh, haven't seen that face in a while.
You worked for Beatrice Salazar. Is that right?
Beatrice Salazar? Who's that? You must have me mistaken for somebody else. Somebody with a death wish. And that ain't me, my friend. I'll be like, you know, counting the seconds and stuff.
Veronica's been lying to us from the start. It's about time we got a warrant to search her place. Let's talk to Brass. Hang on, we can't take that until we've got a warrant. Manny wasn't lying about the plumbing. This place is a dump. We might want to call a building inspector.
You can call the bomb squad if you think it'll get my toilet fixed.
Based on what evidence? If she's been lying about this, then what else is she lying about? Okay, I'll get you that warrant.
Okay, with a warrant for Veronica's room, the entire apartment is fair game for our search. That looks like Jesse's missing earring. It's Nick. Hey, Nikki, I'm putting you on speaker.
Hey, I just got off the phone with an administrator over at Desert Palm Hospital. Veronica Carver said she got off work at 9 p.m. Well, according to the administrator, her shift actually ended at 7 p.m. Let me know if you need me to follow up.
Will do. Thanks. A laptop power cable. But where's the laptop? That looks like it's a cable for the laptop in Manny's trailer. Didn't he say it belonged to him? That fiber doesn't look like anything from either Jesse's car or Veronica's room. Nice find. That print may tell us more about what that cable is from. Looks like Manny used the power cable at some point. Why would he charge his laptop in Veronica's room?
No, I told you before, Will and I are just friends. Very close friends. What the? Who took that? Look, it's just a kiss, that's all. A kiss between friends.
Ms. Carver, the truth is you've been lying to us from the start. Give me a reason why we shouldn't arrest you for obstruction right now.
Okay, the truth is, Will and I were getting closer again. But it was all because of Jessie. All her secrets and lies. They were pushing Will back to me. Honestly, I wasn't trying to manipulate anything. I really tried to do the right thing, I swear. But the heart wants what it wants. Excuse me, but what the hell kind of question is that? Jessie always went to the car wash alone.
Do you usually let Manny charge his laptop in your room?
Manny? If he has a laptop, I don't know anything about it. The only laptop in my room is Jessie's. I'll admit it, I was snooping. I wanted to find out what she was obsessing about. But I couldn't get into any of her files. There was some kind of password or something.
Sounds like we need to have another talk with Manny.
Jessie always went to the car wash alone.
Veronica, how did Jessica's earring make it back to your room?
I have no idea how it got there.
Ms. Carver, when you gave your initial statement to us, you said you finished your shift at 9 p.m. But when we checked with the hospital, they said you actually finished your work at 7 p.m.
I don't know. Maybe it was around 7. Look, I don't remember. Jessie was dead. I was in shock.
You had access to the morphine from the hospital, and you had access to the cocaine from Will, and you wanted Jessica out of Will's life once and for all.
I couldn't have killed Jessie. I was with Will, okay? We were in bed together. Please, just ask Will. I might not be an angel, but I'm no killer either.
Don't leave town.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, it is. Is that a serious question? I don't know. Maybe I was charging it last time I was over there. Who knows?
Okay, is that your story and you're sticking to it? She also said it should still be in her room. Are you sure that laptop belongs to you, Manny?
Look, Will asked me to pick it up, bring it over to my place. So maybe he didn't tell Veronica about it. And now I'm like, I don't want to really dime out my bro, but there it is.
I think it's about time we took a look at that laptop everyone seems so interested in. Let's ask Brass for a search warrant.
All right, I'll set it up.
I told you, we haven't been together in a long time. Where the hell did you get that?
Your bro, Manny Molinas, took it. Now, do you want to tell us what's going on between you and your high school sweetheart?
You guys really are a piece of work, you know that? Veronica and I were sleeping together. Is that what you want to know? Well, there you have it. That still has nothing to do with what happened to Jessie. I'm not proud of it, but it's the truth.
And you didn't think to mention this alibi a little earlier?
Hey, maybe you can switch gears that fast, but this thing with Veronica was a big secret. A problem for me. What? No, I mean, That computer was really important to Jesse. I wouldn't mess with it.
What do you got in the way of evidence? It would certainly be interesting to see what's on that laptop, especially if it belonged to Miss Marnier.
Doesn't look like Manny's around, but the search warrant still applies. I guess that must be from the plumbing problems Manny mentioned. It's the same model of laptop as the cable we found in Veronica's room. Jessica Marnier's infamous laptop. Let's get this back to the lab. Something's causing that leaking. Let's see just how full of crap Manny is. Well, that could have been a lot worse. Looks like a worker's glove. Why would Manny try to flush that? It's a match. This ties Manny Molina's to the crime scene and to Jessica's murder. Let's take this to brass. The data on Jessica's hard drive was encrypted. We were able to open it up, and we found a motherlode of information on Beatrice Salazar. Nick's going through it all now. Somehow Jessica Marnier had access to sensitive FBI files, but she's not a current or former employee of the Bureau. Otherwise, she would have been flagged as soon as we ran her prints. There's also a lot of information about a Robert Marnier, a federal agent who was murdered a few years back while investigating Beatrice Salazar. I'll do a cross-check. Looks like Robert Marnier was Jessica Marnier's brother. No wonder she was obsessed with the Queen of the Hive.
You're not gonna believe this, guys. I was digging through Jessica's FBI files on Beatrice Salazar, and it turns out she has a son. She gave birth over 20 years ago, but persuaded the hospital to cover it up by designating it as a stillborn. Then she secretly put up the boy for adoption. An informant later claimed the boy was adopted by a very nice, very rich family. Last name of Rice.
Will Rice?
The very same. So, it looks like Jessica was convinced that Will was Salazar's son. She also made several notations about Manny Melendez. She knew about his connection to Salazar.
We have access to both Will's and Salazar's DNA. Let's see if there are 7 alleles in common. Jessica was right. Will Rice is Beatrice Salazar's son. But the question is, does Will know that?
I got an update on Huntby. The feds are now completely convinced Agent Huntby is compromised. They're rolling out all their assets to apprehend him. And so are we. If I hear anything else, I'll let you know.
I don't believe it.
Mr. Rice, I'm finding it very hard to believe you didn't know about Jessica's personal obsession. I'm finding it even harder to believe that once you found out about it, once you found out that Jessica believed you were the son of the woman who had her brother executed, well, I can't believe there weren't consequences.
You go straight to hell. I told you I didn't know about any of this.
What evidence do you have? The glove ties Manny to the crime scene and the murder. And the Salazar link can't be ignored. You got your arrest warrant.
That laptop was full of information on Beatrice Salazar. Jessica believed Will Rice is Salazar's son, whom she gave up for adoption about 20 years ago. And she was right. I'd say that's the kind of information that got her killed.
What do you want me to say? I have no knowledge of this situation with this lost mother and son.
And Jessica knew that too. Your name was in her notes. It certainly wouldn't look too good for you if Salazar found out you'd been selling drugs to her son all this time.
I swear to God, I don't know about what's on that computer. Well, he must have forgotten he told me. The hell I did. I mean, I've been to jail and all, done some shady stuff, but I ain't no killer.
Your glove left trace evidence on Jesse's earring. Jessica Marnier visited you on the night of her death, and just like you said, she was there to tell you about the situation with Will. About how she discovered you were both connected to Beatrice Salazar. Will was her son, and you were her flunky. And that's when you realized you couldn't afford to risk the Queen of the High finding out that you were her son's pusher, especially when it was a son she'd been keeping secret all these years. So you took the red sweater Jessica had accidentally left behind, and then you mixed a deadly cocktail. Sourcing the ingredients was pretty easy for you, and with your expertise you knew exactly how to use them. You found your way into the back of her car, hid there, and when she was distracted, you injected the speedball into her neck. You hoped injecting the rest of the mix into her arm would just make it look like another overdose death in Vegas. Washed up and washed out. But when you were through, you noticed you had a problem. One of her earrings had come off during the struggle, and you accidentally took it with you. So you carefully removed it with the gloves, and then you decided to take out a little insurance policy. You left the earring in Veronica's room when you went back to the apartment to drop off the sweater. You took the laptop from her room and returned to your trailer where you tried to flush the gloves. And if you had better plumbing, you just might have gotten away with it.
Dios mío. Dios mío. You gotta understand, I had to do it. This girl, she knew too much, and she wanted too much. You know she wanted me to set up some kind of happy reunion between the Queen and Will? That's insanity. I tried to warn her that Salazar is loco dangerous, that she shouldn't rattle the hive, but she was obsessed. I did what I had to do. Believe me, jail will be heaven compared to what hell the Queen would have done to me if she'd found out I'd been messing in her family business.
That's Will Rice. It's really too much to hope that any case involving the Queen of the Hive would end neatly. Or cleanly. What can you tell us?
He was found in an abandoned warehouse downtown. Marks around his neck are consistent with strangulation. Wasn't a hands-on job. The bruising pattern suggests some kind of ligature was used. In light of recent events, my first instinct was suicide. But skin under his nails suggests this young man fought for his life. We're looking at a homicide here.
We need to run that DNA right away. Hi, Doc. Got some more questions for you about the overdose case.
You've learned something new?
God. She killed her own son.
Listen to this. Dispatch received the call 15 minutes ago.
All I ever wanted was for my son to know a life free of this cruelty. And yet, the Queen must do whatever is necessary to protect her hive. It must remain strong at any and all costs. If one bee threatens to weaken the hive or let in the enemy, do you know what she must do? She must eliminate it. My boy's blood is on your hands.